Welcome back to FordeeTV. I'm your host, Fordee. Fuck, it's been a while, right? But I start off so many videos like that. You get distracted with work, play, etc., etc. Anyway, usually I like to put a lot of thought into my videos, plan them out, etc. But this one's coming kind of off the cuff. I got a little bit of inspiration today. I was talking to one of my buddies, and we were talking about sample libraries and sample loops. And homeboy was telling me that, songs starting to sound like each other. It's because people have access to the same sound libraries, right? Or same patches. So what do? You got to reach into that creativity, pull out a little bada bing, bada boom, a little hocus pocus, abracadabra, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into this tutorial that I haven't even prepared for. I just have Ableton loaded here. And inside of Ableton, I have two loops. I'm gonna play them for you one at a time. So that's a cool little tribal drum loop with some percussion. And then we have this irritating siren noise. And together. All right, so not even pleasing. However, we're gonna take these, we're gonna change them, we're gonna make them ours and see what we come up with. And I really have no idea what we're gonna come up with. So why don't we start with this siren sound? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna right click on the clip, and I'm gonna go down to slice to new MIDI track. When I do this, it brings up a dialog box. It asks me, where do I want these slices to occur? The transient is that initial attack, the biggest attack within the audio waveform. I'm gonna use the built-in preset. I'm gonna say, okay, let's make it plain and simple. What it does is it creates a new track, a MIDI track. In fact, it loads up that same file, but slices it here within the piano roll editor. But if we switch back, we see right here, this is just a sampler with all of those slices loaded. So on my Akai MPK, you can see that I'm playing some of the samples on the drum pads here. So I'm gonna take these four right here, and let's play a little something. So right now I have record enabled on this track right here. You'll notice I can click on this button right here to start recording from here. I'm not gonna worry about whether I'm on beat, off beat. I'm just gonna play some junk and see what happens. All right, obviously I'm a master at the siren, right? What I did is I switched over to the piano roll editor. I'm gonna go ahead and select all these notes, and I'm gonna press Command U on my keyboard, which is gonna quantize these notes to whatever I have my parameter set to here. So it's my quantization is set to 16th notes, and that's what it did. Next, obviously I didn't start exactly on bar 1, beat 1, so I'm gonna trim this. I'm gonna tell it to start right here on bar 2. And why don't we save for it to end here on bar 4. So this is a 2-bar loop. You'll see here, starts on 2-1-1, goes for 2 bars. Let's see what this sounds like. Hold on one second. It sounds like a masterpiece, right? I mean, I'm jealous. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch back over here. We're gonna start affecting it. Obviously, that sounds all right, but why don't we put like a simple delay on this puppy? Where are you, simple delay? There you are. Come into my life. We're gonna load this puppy. I'm gonna set the first to happen on the third, and the left happen on the third, the right happen on the 5th note. And then let's switch over to plugins. Let's throw camel fat on this puppy. Let's come down here to synth. And let's put to cut the bass. I don't know. Let's hear how this sounds now. Sweet, we're getting somewhere. Why don't we compress this and then listen to what it sounds like with that beat. Switching back up here to audio effects, I'm gonna scroll up to compressor. I'm sorry, my brain seems a little bit dead. I've already had 2 coffees today, so I should be woken up, but it is the weekend, right? I'm gonna set the ratio on this compressor to 4:1. I'm gonna drop the attack fairly low. I'm put an auto release. I'm gonna play it to watch to see where I should drag my threshold. right, now this puppy is getting some compression. Let's hear what it sounds like with this loop. I mean, that's pretty amazing, being the fact that I wasn't playing anything in accordance to anything, right? You know what I mean? We can now take these, for example, if I don't do anything with this tribal loop, I can click and hold the two of these, pressing down on my left mouse button. Well, let me select both of them first by holding Command, clicking over here. Now, when I press down on my left mouse button and then click on the tab key, I switch over here and I could drop these puppies in place, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lengthen this to be the length of 4 bars. I'm going to select both of them and I'm going to lengthen them, right? I don't know. Let's put it to 16 bars. Next, okay, next. So I had a small glitch. So there's an edit in this video, but that's okay. I didn't really prepare for this video. Anyways, I'm going to zoom in right here. I'm going to look right before the end of bar 4 and maybe do a dropout. We'll cut out some of the drums right here, right? And maybe we do something creative that says after one bar of this, we take maybe 2 sections of this out. Let's say from the 2nd beat, the 4th beat, right? Maybe we repeat that over here. For the 4th bar, we take the 2nd beat, and we take the 4th beat. I don't know. This is just trial and error right now. Let's hear what this sounds like. So now we're getting a little funky. This sounds way better than that original Siren sound. And I haven't even thrown anything on the master bus to start mastering this puppy, which normally I would from the get-go of the session. I'll throw something down so I get kind of an idea what it's going to sound like when I master it. However, of course, you're going to adjust after all the instruments, all the patches are loaded, and so forth. I do want to go over one or two other quick things. I'm going to tab back over, come here to this tribal loop. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say slice to new MIDI track. This is going to come up. I'm going to leave it at transients and built in. Say OK. It's going to create the slices. It said there was 66 slices. When I switch over here to this track, I can look and see that it loaded all of these. They're short little samples. I can't hear anything. That's because the headphone or the listen preview button is not on. So now we can hear all these different things. Let's say that I wanted to make my own version of this, right? So probably one of the things that I should hear for, that's obviously part of the kick, right? So slice 26. If I come over here and... So I just started recording just to have a loop here, but what I could have alternatively done, because I'm not actually going to do anything, is I could just double click here and I can press Command B on my keyboard and I could start drawing stuff in. And right now this says that it's 1 bar loop. I can switch this to be a 4 bar loop, right? Press enter and boom, we got 4 bars. We said slice number 24. Whoops. Maybe it's slice 26. Slice 26 is a kick. So if I wanted to, I could draw this kick in, right? On every one of the beats, maybe on the off beat right before the end of the bar. And we're gonna have something kind of like this. And let's make it just 2 bars just to make this video a little bit shorter. I'll go ahead and tab back over. Whoops. Tab back over. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that this isn't playing. I'm just gonna play here. And I should probably make sure that the siren isn't playing, or I could turn everything off and just make sure that this is playing. The kick that we put. So if I switch back over here, I can listen. I think... So I think what we're adding here is a little bit of a clap. Right, so we can go ahead and we can add this on the 2nd and the 4th beats in the bar. Here's another kick, so we can add this to double that other kick up, right? And I'm trying to eye this and do it quickly. Anyways, so if we listen to it now. So we just drew this percussive sound all the way across. And one of the things that maybe it sounds ridiculous. That's just way too much, right? So one of the things I might want to do is come down here, and if I press Command B to turn off the draw tool, I select all of these notes, and then I decide that I want to press Command B again. What I can do now is I can draw these in, like in a pattern like this or something, and now I'm going to get some like movement with them. We don't even have a compressor on here. Let's throw one on because it's really going to help us understand and hear what we're doing, because some of this stuff is dropped. I'm going to switch this maybe to 4.5 to 1 compression. I'll drop the tag down some, put auto release. There we go. And now we have a little bit of stuff going on. If we wanted to affect just that percussive sound, maybe we wanted to throw a delay on it, or if we wanted to add reverb just to that percussive sound, then what we could do is duplicate this track. We could delete the MIDI notes from the kick and the snare and just have the notes from this percussive sound, and then we can affect that individual track by itself. Let's add one more thing, like maybe something like this. And of course, what we could do, press Command B, select all those notes, hold down Option or Alt on your keyboard, drag them over, and I've just copied those notes. Now, selecting all these notes, press Command B on your keyboard, and again, we can, maybe it sounds something like this. So I don't even know if I like it, but it is what it is. We've now made some changes. If I come back over here and I play this siren sound with it. So we've got a little bit of funk going on. We've added to the track. We've switched up the loops. Obviously, if I had planned this out, I could have done something really crazy with the loops, but I just wanted to get you some ideas, get your creative juices going. Remember, you can make a building with one brick, you know what I mean? Obviously, you need more than one, but you start with a brick, and that's the foundation, and that's what you need to do when you're making your music or you're creating your artwork, is don't get discouraged. Realize the power of your foundation. Realize the power of what you're putting into it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, this is Fordee from FordeeTV. Peace out. I'm out.